So in today's tutorial we're going to go through some Vim commands. Mainly we're going to be going through the input commands, edit commands and movement commands. All of these commands will hopefully allow you to navigate around Vim a lot easier and impress that senior sysadmin that's been getting on your back for not using tools like Vim. A lot of modern distributions don't come with Vim already installed. A lot of them come with its originator Vi, but installing it is a simple yum install away, or whatever your distribution uses. I've already installed it, as you can see. Now, Vim and Vi have three main modes. The first mode, which you'll be dropped into by default, is called command mode. The command mode is used to edit and move around the text area, and you must go through command mode in order to access the two further modes. Command mode is what puts a lot of users off because they press a lot of buttons and nothing seems to happen and their cursor goes everywhere. The next mode is called insert mode and is activated by pressing lowercase I. This will allow you to type and control the file as you would think you could. Essentially the sort of normal mode really. The third and final mode in Vim and Vi is called last line mode, and this is accessed by inputting a colon, and this drops you into the last line of the file. Now this allows for a further set of control commands, and I sort of see this last line mode as a mini terminal inside your file. So if you think about it like that, it might help you. You can exit back to command mode by pressing escape at any time. So let's start out with some simple editing commands. A lowercase I will put you into insert mode at your cursor, where an uppercase I with shift I will put you into insert mode at the start of your current line. A lowercase a will allow you to append text after your cursor, and an uppercase A will allow you to append text to the end of your current file. A lowercase o will also allow you to open a new line below your cursor. Now let's move on to writing and exiting the file. Enter last line mode of colon and enter a W and Q to write and quit the file. You can also write and exit the file by entering last line mode, entering a W, Q and an exclamation mark in order to write, quit and override any read-only access on the file. If I enter a W followed by a file name, I can write the file to another file of my choosing, such as bacon2.txt. If I make changes to a file and try and quit with Q without saving them, Vim will show an error saying I have made changes and not written them. To override this, add a Q with an exclamation mark. An uppercase J will join two lines together by essentially removing the new line at the end of the line, and a period in the command mode will repeat the last command you did, such as constantly removing a new line. Now moving on to deleting or cutting in a file. Now X in command mode, lowercase x, will delete individual characters. This can be with a single press, or you can hold to delete more than one at a time. When you have a cursor inside of a word, you can delete the entire word with DW, which comes in very handy. When you want to delete large words, you don't have to repeatedly press X, you can just press DW. DD will delete the entire line in one go, and DW will delete from where your cursor is to the end of the line. Now what we're going to cover next is pretty important and pretty overlooked in Vim, and it's called yanking and putting, which is the same as copy and paste. You can highlight a individual letter and press YL to yank letter, and then navigate to an open space and press lowercase p to paste. YW will yank the rest of the word from where your cursor is, and YY will yank the whole line. And $Y will yank from the cursor to the end of the line. Next up on the menu is change, not to be confused with find and replace that you find in VS Code or similar. Change will essentially remove the word or line and put you into insert mode. CW will change the rest of the word, so if you want to change the whole word, then put your cursor at the start of the word. CC will change the entire line, which essentially is the same as DD, apart from this puts you into insert mode afterwards. And for one of the most important commands, a lowercase u will undo changes that you have made, bearing in mind this is only in your current session. Okay, now moving on to movement. You can navigate around the file using the arrow keys on your keyboard if you have them. If not, you can use H to go one space left, L to go one space right, and then J and K to go down and up respectively. But that's unnecessarily difficult and not really worth it. W will move you forward whole words and B will move you backwards whole words, with E moving you forwards but to the end of the words that you're moving forward to. You can use the caret or the hat symbol to jump to the start of the text on a line. You can also use the uppercase O to open a new line above where you are, and you can use the $sign to go to the end of the line. To search for all instances of a word in your file, you can press the / followed by the word that you want to search and then press enter. In my case, I search for tip and it will show me all instances of tip in the file. You can then use a lowercase n to cycle through in a forward motion all instances of n, moving your cursor to the start of every instance. If you want to use a search and replace function in Vim, you enter last line mode, do a $sign followed by an S for search, a / followed by the word that you want to search for, such as tip, and then another / in the word you want to replace it with, such as end. A /G then makes it global, and as you can see now, no instances of tip exist in my file. If you don't like the idea of just firing and forgetting when it comes to this, you can add a confirmation by appending a C to the end of the command, and this will allow you to confirm every change that you make before it makes it for you, which is very handy. And that is that. I appreciate it's a lot to get through, and I doubt any of you really have actually made it to this point, so at this point I'm kind of just talking to myself, to which case I would probably tell myself to subscribe, it's just below. I'd probably tell myself to comment if you had any issues with the video, and definitely give it a like, because apparently that affects some sort of algorithm somewhere which makes me really famous and powerful on YouTube. So thanks a lot guys, and I'll catch you on the next tutorial, hopefully not after 45 days. See you later.